Good morning to anyone who is hanging around. Today is a Thursday stream, which means I will only be streaming for about an hour or so before the official Epic stream. However, I do plan on participating in the game jam, so after that, anytime I'm working on the jam, I plan on streaming. This is, of course, providing stuff doesn't happen, like physical injury and things to more of my family, and hopefully everything will go good and I'll have a good weekend. Right now I am just installing software because I remembered I didn't have my Substance software installed for crap. Okay, so god darn it, this is not gonna work very well. Dang it. Not gonna work. Okay, how do I cancel that? Let's try that. Freaking, oh my god, seriously? Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently the Epic launcher's updating. At the same time, I had music uploading, and basically everything was going to hell in a handbasket. And then I started the stream at 60 frames per second instead of 30. So it's going to be one of those days, it looks like. But I think it's better. I should have the music playing properly, and the stream should be running again. And there should be no issues, and I just will upload my music between streams. I got a bunch of new Humble music I forgot I had soundtracks for, so I'm going to add those in. Other than that, what the hell was I doing? Okay. So something was updating in my launcher. What the hell was updating? OneDrive's updating. Seriously, everything's updating right now. Can we stop updating all at once? Funk. What is updating right now? Unreal friggin' Tournament's updating. Okay, you guys gotta stop this stuff. I'm sorry if the stream's running like crap right now, guys. Everything decided to start working at the same friggin' time. Okay, that should be stopped for now. So at least we have this back open. Let's open our WTF up. See what we can work on in there. If anyone's having any issues, feel free to let me know, but I think it might be back to stable now. I don't seem to be losing any more frames. So I think we're okay. Oh my gosh. I think I forgot to switch back from, let's see, output 264. Okay, no, my encoder's fine. Okay, so we should be good now. No, we should, okay. I'm gonna take the stream down if anyone is there. I will be back in a minute. I need to figure out why I literally have everything going ridiculously stupid on this machine right now. So I will be right back. Okay, so let's try this again. Good morning, everybody. I don't really know what the heck was going on. I started and uploaded, it wouldn't stop, and the Epic Launcher decided it was going to update itself, and basically I was having a crap ton of issues with bandwidth. But I think it's fixed now. I don't see any drop frames. I'm back to 30 frames per second because I forgot to switch that off when recording. So we're off to a great start this morning. But good morning to everyone who's hanging out. This was, as it says, I'm just working on random stuff till the Epic stream, which is in a little over an hour. And then it will be hopefully some cool stuff, the Game Jam announcement, and then I will come back after that and start streaming Game Jam. In the meantime, let's see if I can actually do anything productive. Let's see if I can do anything productive. What looks like fun for a little bit? These are not fun. I'm going to stay away from those for now. These will be fun, but it's a little bit more than this. The interact and inspect, I need to watch Zach's video again, because he handles control really well. The hotbar and the skill system example concept. Technically, I have that working right now, right? Let's see. That would be the... oh, no. That's the drag and drop. Where's my Epic Launcher? That would be this one right here. So what I need to do is take this code, port it over to my WTF so it's in the main project, right? Is that what I need to do? My skill system, dragging, dropping, activating. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I can work on porting that, but that doesn't sound like any fun. So let me update my notes at least. Let's see. Need to port over from the drag and drop example to the WTF project. This one looks like fun. Simple adding gamepad support. I don't have my gamepad hooked up, so I can't do that. Character creation stuff. I need some models. Material vertex color. Advanced saving. Technically, I can do that one. Advanced save slots. I can do save slots. Those are really simple. Comments and blueprints. See, I have a ton of stuff to work on, but nothing sounds like fun today. So if anyone has any questions or suggestions or anything they want to see, feel free to drop them out. For the most part, especially when it's like right before the jam, I just get completely blawed out and I don't feel like doing anything in particular. But I'm still gonna stream. Still should work on something. I want to finish that one up, but I can't do that one. Oh, have I not done my capsule traces? Really? Did I completely forget the capsule traces? That should be under collision, right? Box trace, line trace, sphere trace, box trace, line... Oh my gosh, I completely missed all of the capsule traces. Wow, okay, well, that's something really simple I can work on right now. So I'm going to go and work on that. If anyone pops up any questions, we'll go with the... we'll go with that. So let me just start working on the capsule trace for now then. So this will be the capsule trace map. There we go. And this is going to be a text renderer. It's multi, right? Multi capsules, just like the other ones. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to replace these spheres with capsules for my example. Code them up. A lot of silly basic work, but gotta make sure I cover all the nodes. I do have everything working, right? Everything. Okay, no frames lost. We're at 10% CPU usage, which I would love to drop down. I wonder how I can get X264 to drop down in processor usage. It's only on one core though, so we should be okay. Okay. Sphere capsule. Whoa, not sphere capsule, that was silly. Capsule. And I'll probably change the name of the right thing. Capsule trace. Okay, so we have our capsule trace for objects. These are going to set them out. So we need to edit, we need to duplicate. So we're going to duplicate our sphere trace by channel, which is our node where, let's see, WTF, sphere trace by channel. We're going to duplicate that and change this into, okay, apparently that's a whatever, multi-capsule trace by channel. Where's the actual sphere trace by channel? To do multi-line, line. Where are you at? Where are you hiding? Here we go, sphere trace by channel. Capsule trace by channel. There we go. So let's work on our capsule trace. Let's replace this with the capsule trace. And now we should have a capsule trace by channel. We'll go ahead and edit this. We'll replace all the code inside of there with the capsule trace by channel node. Right here. And we should have the same stuff, right? My biggest difference is the capsule itself. That should be the different. Start, end, radius, half. Yeah, so it's gonna be gonna work just like the sphere trace, except we're gonna have the half height of the capsule because the capsule is not a sphere. Okay, so let's do some debug. Let's go ahead and set up our, let's see, get world location. This is going to be our starter, which is where the scene root is at, and our end is going to be 1,000 units forward. So we're good there. This is our example for the sphere if we're going to do it around the origin point, so we'll keep that there. We're going to do a radius of 100, and we're going to do the half height of 25. And let's do the play. Okay, there we go. So here is our capsule trace, which is pretty simple. Firing out, we have a capsule of the size. If we do the, let's do a radius of 5 to the half height 25, we should get a smaller capsule. So let's move my player start. Okay, good morning, James. So, in order to distinguish this from a sphere, because capsule spheres are pretty much the same, we need to make sure we have a more distinct capsule shape. Which that really doesn't help because of our half height. Yeah, so let's do a radius of 25, and our half height is going to be 50. Okay, so here's our capsule trace. And it's going to work just like the sphere, except we get a capsule, which is honestly really funky, but what would we use the capsule trace for is the question. Maybe to see whatever's intersected with our player, because if we fire off a capsule trace from our player, it's going to look like this roughly. And then we could, and the multi would work for that actually, not the single. So that could be a good example for the multi-trace. So for the most part, I'm not really gonna have a good example for this one, except Maybe if you want to project forward the player's capsule size and you want to see if a player can fit somewhere, that's what we could use a capsule trace for. So this will let us know if the player would fit in this spot without... Okay, so we'll do that. That'll be the example. Okay, so that's our single capsule trace. And we're going to do it based on... Yeah, there we go. Whether or not the player... Let's do this. Let's do a radius of 100 and a half height of 50. There we go. So we're gonna get pretty much the same thing around where we're at. So let's see, our player, what do we got, about 75? Yeah, that's a bit more like our player. Okay, that'll work. Okie dokie, that was extremely... I've got a sick kid at home, so I had to take care of him. But like I said, if anyone's watching, it is an extremely boring beginning morning show because I'm not doing anything productive. I'm just going to knock out some missing nodes and basically waste time until the official stream here in an hour. But then I get to do the game jam afterwards. Okay, so we're good here. So this is... Whoa. Ha. We need an actual endpoint there. Okay, boom. So there's our capsule trace by channel. So that one is done. That's our single capsule trace. So now we're going to do the capsule trace for objects. So let's find our caps. Let's try our sphere trace. Duplicate this. Turn this into a capsule trace by objects. Let's open this one up. Let's choose our sphere trace. I'm going to go ahead and replace it with the capsule trace, and it should now fire off a capsule trace. We're going to go ahead and change our code into the capsule trace for objects. Go ahead and hook this up. Boop. We have our start and our end points now, which is what we expect right here. So we're good there. We need an object type. This is our object type of array, which is filled with our world static and our pawn, so that way it should collide. So that's going to be our second one right here, which as we can see is failing. Oh, maybe not failing, debug. There we go. Always got to debug. There we go. So it's properly hitting like we expect. But we're not seeing the debug of, oh, because we don't actually have a capsule. There we go. Now I have a capsule. And it's going to hit the world static, which is the wall. It's not going to hit that because we're tracing my object, and it's going to hit the pawn, which is what we expect. There we go. Good. So let's do something a little more 100 with a... Oh no, we want this at 100 and this at 50. Give it more capsule-y shape. There we go. So there's our capsule shape right there, which is what we wanted. Okay, cool. And I'll check for just the player. So that one would be nice if you want to check against going to specific things. Okay. Thank you, James. He probably won't feel better for a bit. He decided he was going to crash his bicycle. He got a nice little concussion and broke his wrist again. So that's where that one's at right now. Line trace, multi-capsule trace by channels. We've already done this one. There we go. Open this up. It's multi-sphere trace, and this is supposed to be a multi-capsule trace by channel. spell it properly. Multi-capsule trace by channel. There we go. Endpoint, start point. Let's actually give ourselves. Oops, I keep doing those backwards. I keep forgetting capsules. Care about the half height more than anything. And debug for duration. There we go. So that should be our third one. And there we go. Whee! And I do not want duration, I wanted a frame. There we go. Bloop, bloop, and bloop. Okay, so there's our multi-trace capsule trace by channel, which is what we expect right there. Yep. We have the first hit and we have our last hit. And yes, that is what kids do. Yeah, the multi-capsule trace by channel, the sphere one is nice because you could basically just see, like, if a grenade explodes, you could do a sphere trace and see what it's going to hit with the grenade. So those are nice. And the box traces are good for, like, if you're doing a Minecraft game or something and you want to check see if something will fit somewhere. So those are good. The capsule ones are definitely weird, but I think is a valid use. Let's say you had a you could, for example, have your player, which is, you know, you have your, whoops, wrong one. Let's go back. Yeah, I want play in editor. There we go. So you have your player itself, and your player has their own capsule around it. You could always just project this capsule forward a little bit in the exact same size, and you could use it kind of like a buffer. So when you're going up to something, let's say it's a cave, for example, you could have it where it's going to check, and if it collides with the cave entrance and your player's not big enough, you'll know in advance rather than right when your character hits it. And then maybe you could transition into like a ducking or crouching animation so your player smoothly goes. So you're using your capsule trace in front of you as a way to represent your player before your player hits something, and you use it for preemptive animations or things like that. So you could use it as a way to, instead of, because a box trace isn't going to trace properly on your character capsule. It's going to have the it's not the capsule. You're going to use a capsule for a character. So having a capsule trace at least lets you emulate your character's bounds. And that's what I would use it for. Give it kind of like a more form-fitting trace rather than just a straight line trace or a box trace. That's an off-the-hand thing I could think of for a capsule trace. Use it to emulate your player, basically your player's capsule. Okay, so here's my multi by channel. So that demo is set up. We're good there. And then we got to replace one more multi-capsule trace for objects. Multi-sphere trace for objects. There we go. Multi-capsule. Whoop, that is spelled capitalized. Capsule. Multi-capsule trace for objects. Replace multi-capsule trace for objects. Get rid of our multi-sphere trace for objects. Multi-capsule trace for objects. Ooh, look at this big old mess of a thing here. Start and end point. Let's give ourselves our proper object types. One frame. Play it out. Now we should have another capsule trace down here, which, once again, forgot to fill in our actual capsule sizes. There we go. Now we should have that working. Should be working. Multi-capsule trace for objects. Multi-capsule trace for objects. Where'd it go? Multi-capsule trace for objects. Yeah, okay, what did we break here? It's doing the capsule because we can see it at the starting point and we can see it at the ending point. Huh, that's interesting. I'll have to debug that one a little bit. Door things, way to avoid the door colliding with the player. A trace will not trigger. A trace is just simply a return result on if you did something. You would have to trigger the collision if you chose to. The trace itself will not trigger the collision. It's just like a line trace, which is one single point, except it's multiple. It's a volume that can actually trigger, not trigger things, but it's a volume that can actually hit things instead of an individual. Yeah, no, this is hitting the player capsule like it should, which I'm expecting. It's the expected result. But the problem is, all the other ones are projecting their hits with an actual capsule. You're actually seeing a capsule, you're seeing the hit point on the capsule, which is the center point. And then you could technically find a hit point on the outside of the capsule. See, like this one, you can see it's hitting the edges of the capsule. This one, since it's just a single one, is only hitting the center point, which is hitting my volume on the player itself. This one is hitting like it's supposed to, because it's going by the object channel. But this one isn't giving me my little cubey thingies like I expected. This one will give me a sphere, which is working fine. You can see on the left-hand side, the origin point for my trace is a sphere. And then okay, see? Oh, duh. Okay, never mind. This is the multi by object. I forgot about that. The ending one's only going to show up at the end. Everything else isn't going to show up. That's right. Yeah, okay. Because this one's going through me. Yep, okay, so that's fine. That's got multiple points. Okay, so we're good. I don't have this broken apart right here. I don't have it hooked up, so we don't actually see the results. So like, for example, plug that in there, get the first result, print out the name. Play, there we go. See, it's hitting the wall, and then it's gonna hit my character. There we go. So that's working exactly like it's supposed to. Okay, because it's just gonna print me out the first one. Okay. And we could always do this. Bloop. Of course, there's no. Oh, seriously. Bloop. There we go. And then it should change to 4. Yep. 2 points on me, 1 point on the back wall, 1 point on the blocking wall. So that's working like it's supposed to. Okay. So we're good there. I just didn't have the extra stuff hooked up. It's been a while since I've worked with the component, the multi-components. They are some very finicky sons of guns. But the point was just to simply finish up the capsule trace, give an example, round out the rest of the traces, since apparently I meant to do them a while ago and forgot. But I can do those next time. So actually, let's do a little bit of bookkeeping here. Collision nodes. Apparently I have a bunch I need to handle. Which collision nodes have I not finished? Ooh, the overlap ones. These are fun nodes. Step up. I don't think I did any overlap nodes, right? Let's find out. No, I have not done one of the overlap nodes yet. Okay, so overlap nodes are good to cover. And that one's a weird one. I don't know about that one. Collision UV. Try and find the UV for collision impact. Oh, that's a new 413 feature, I want to say. So that one I should probably do at some point. Closest point on collision. These ones are all fun, but I don't know. These are all kind of art related for the examples. Like making bullet holes. Oh, maybe that would be fun. Make it like a little shooting range. And then use the overlap for like a grenade to see how many things you hit with a grenade. Use the... where'd that one? The closest point on collision would work good when you're hitting something for like impact. Let's see what else we got. These are all just your basic collision ones. Bounds would be nice if you want to see how big something is. Overlapping we already covered. Surface type. This is for physical objects. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of collision nodes I have not covered yet. I've done just basically the traces. Oh, I think I might work on the collision nodes after my utility nodes, because collision nodes are definitely beneficial when you're trying to figure stuff out. So where did I put the rest of the collision? Here we go, all the rest of the collision nodes. So we're going to put this down as a work on next. No issues, Mr. Ryan. Unless you're referring to my earlier issues, and that was just me doing stupid stuff. I was attempting to upload new music to Google Play at the same time Epic was updating Unreal Tournament, at the same time that I was trying to stream to 60 frames instead of 30 frames, and basically all hell broke loose. Yeah, that was all stupid stuff. I was recording yesterday and forgot to switch back to the streaming settings. And then I'm in the middle of setting up Painter and Designer because I completely forgot. I haven't used those in a while and I might need them during the jam. So I set those up. But right now I'm just screwing around with filling up missing stuff. I mean, we got the Epic stream here in less than an hour. Well, 3500 is what they recommend for 30 frames per second, 1080p, 60 FPS upload. That is a good Let's see if they say it on Twitch. I would have to say maybe close to 5K, which is going to be above your Twitch limit, is the problem. Yeah, see? 1080p on very fast would need about 7K bitrate for a fast-paced game. So in Unreal, I could probably get away with 5K for the bitrate, but with Twitch having the soft cap at 3500, which I'm not too worried about Twitch, it's more the fact that I've only got a 5K stream. So I wouldn't even be able to get above 5 and have anything left. So 3500 is kind of pushing it. And 720-60 isn't that bad. I agree. If you have a fast-paced game, I think it's phenomenal. But I've been doing 1080 for the last week and a half, and no one's complained about it. And I personally think having the extra quality so you can see things a little clearer, especially in blueprints, is definitely worth it. Something like this in 720, you start losing fidelity on the smaller stuff. Oh, yes. Bond that internet together, Ryan, and get yourself some fast upload speeds. I would kill for anything faster than 5 here. I'd even pay for it, but I can't get anything other than 65 here, even if I was to pay for it. Yep. That I agree on that one, Pro Tools. That's why I try to do 1080. I would love to do the 1440 that my monitor supports, but I realized at that point you actually have small stuff. I've tried recording at 1440, and if you're recording at 1440 and watching it at 1080, which a lot of people have 1080, the nodes actually become too small to read. So it's a good compromise. Stream at 1080-30, record at 1080-60, and I'm pretty happy with it. It gives me nice legible results. The bitrate's not too high, and it seems to work well. I live in a crappy town that's small and crappy. We don't have crap. Charter's the only cable internet provider up here. I could go with DSL with AT&T, but there's no fiber. It's just a digital, a DSL, so 1.5 megabit, and that's it. Businesses, their options are the same internet I have, except they pay twice as much because they're in a business. There's nothing faster. They've tried to do fiber rollouts and things like that. It's not good enough for 4G or 5G mobile up here. I've got LTE, which is good, but we don't have the fast one right now. I'm in California, but I'm up in Northern California in a small town. It's just we don't have anything right now. I'm lucky I have 65, to be honest. The internet, I mean, my LTE 4G is good for fast speeds here, but upload wise, I don't have anything faster than I have now with cable, and nothing's offered up here. It's just what it is. California is relatively expensive, yes, but I mean, it's where I live. It's not horrible for the internet prices, at least. I pay $60 a month for 65 internet, and considering how much I use it, I mean, it's affordable. That's about all I could go with. But on that one, I want to do something fun because those ones are done. I want to go back to this project I was playing with yesterday. Now, let me see if maybe someone's got some pins on it once I open it up, which I'm failing miserably opening. This was a line trace building. I was showing this as an example for someone, and I actually want to. I'm hoping the theme will allow me to utilize something like this. But basically, I have a building that I can build. I can click on the individual walls and build something. It's actually solid where I can interact with it, or I can click on it to remove the things, and the green is just your temporary. So I think this would be a fun concept video, but I'm trying to think of how to phrase the concept video and what the concept would actually be showing. I mean, it's showing a building system, like a pre-built building system, because I mean, this is a lot like your Fortnite and things like that, where you have you're building on a grid based on, you know, positions and things like that, and it could be expanded in that. That's what I'm going to screw around with right now, actually. But I'm just curious on I don't I don't care about the mad clicks. I want it to be honest and 100% true. Survival might be a good thing to put into it, because this is something you definitely see in your survival games for building system. That is true. I like that, Ryan. I've got a question though. Maybe someone who's more intelligent for art can assist me with this one, if it's even possible. I have 4 walls that construct the walls of this building, and as you can see, I'm just using box colliders right now. If I was to pull up my blueprint, it's just going to be 4 box colliders. That's not a problem, and all the box colliders are the same size, which is what I want. Is there an easy way to basically have someone more intelligent for this one, not the naming? Is there a way to effectively have 4 walls the same size, yet have them be in the same position, if that makes sense? Because if I was to take these walls, and if we looked at it from the top, and we have our 4 walls, and I tried to, let's see, where's our snapping grid at? If I tried to make this something where it was like that and that, I mean, I can't have my walls flush against each other around all 4 and have them all be the same size. There's no real way of doing that, is there? And then have it on a square platform like this. I mean, this is going to cause problems. Why is this friggin' off by 1? My snap is set to 5. My scale set to 0.2 is why. See, I'm not even using the correct meshes here. I'm literally just screwing around with scale boxes right now. But I'd like to get a nice snap together system. And I don't think there's a way of doing it without kind of having differently sized, or I was thinking even what if I designed the connecting beams or connecting girders basically between each one, so I'd have a girder here, a girder here, a girder here, a girder here, and then each of these walls snapped in between. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to see if there's a way to make this as, because right now how this is designed, which is the stupid way, but I only did this in like half an hour, is it's going to take my box and it's going to take the current location of the box and build the static component into it. But when it's building the static component, all I'm doing is literally taking a 1 meter cube built into the engine and scaling it. Obviously that's a stupid way of doing it. You should be using fixed meshes for building in. So before I build anything, I want to see if there's a way to smartly build your mesh basically. Like, should I make 100 by 400 meshes? What are we trying, like 400 by 400 square meshes, and then build the building out like 550? Yeah, I'd have to create meshes that would fit to each other. And if you notice, I'm also trying to make it where I don't have to worry about this side of the building is a different size than this size. I want each of the stupid meshes to be the same thing. I don't mind complicated. I want reusable, if that makes sense. The point of this is try to make it as reusable as possible. The end goal would be more than likely to have the building point you choose to build on actually control what can be built on it, so it would know the proper sizes. Yeah, I could do everything. I could do it all at runtime. I mean, I could make a static mesh at runtime if I wanted, technically. That would probably be the funnest way, the most amusing way of doing it. Well, I am using the 1x1 cube, and I'm scaling it up right now. I wonder if... Yeah, because see, the issue I don't have super grid. I just make my own grid material if I'm going to do it. Okay, this is a stupid idea, but one that might be fun. Okay, let me bounce this idea off. It's a little more work, but it would allow me to maybe even show off one of the other nodes that I want to cover. I have my box colliders. Let's say I allowed the designer who's going to design this building to use box colliders to define the structure of your buildable parts. So these 4 walls. Now the box colliders are good because I have extend, so I have the actual values and I can get those values, so that's not an issue. What if I simply created a runtime mesh? I built the mesh in runtime. Instead of adding a static mesh, I built the mesh in runtime based on the extents. So everything was basically built to fit based on the size of the box collider that you're going to build it in. I did that when I was doing the VR box, so I can do it. It seems like that would be more fun, more of a fun challenge. Basically, just I could come in here and I'd have, as a designer, you know, I have my box here, which is, what do we got, 32. So I do something like maybe a 25, 20, 100, 100, and then this one could be 20, and then we're looking at what? That's my Y, so we're looking at 60? No, 80. No, seriously? Nope, 90? Okay, math, you can do this. There we go. Something like, yeah. Why are these all off by 1? Literally. Seriously. And I am paying attention to chat. I'm just gonna try to suss out this example here. We did this one as a 20, and what did we say, 90? Because why not? Okay, and I don't believe this fits the floor, does it, properly? Oops. Floor, floor, floor. Yeah, see, we're still off on the floor, which means that one needs to be... This one is incorrect. That one should be over like that, which means these ones should be, what, an additional 5? Whoa, 91? Seriously, 92? See, this is why I don't art. Basic concepts like stuff, things like this, I should know, except I don't do it properly. Okay. So let's say we had this. Let's say we had this where it was built properly to scale. All the meshes fit, all of our edges fit, and everything was properly done. And then when I clicked on it, instead of doing these pre-built walls which don't fit, I basically use a custom mesh, and I just build out a custom mesh in these dimensions and plop it in there. So that way, no matter what, the designer basically controls what it's going to look like. So I could even have a angled mesh here. I could have a roof, for example, that is a triangle. And then as long as it interacts with it, the wall, the buildable object, controls what it looks like, and then you just build out the mesh. Building a mesh is so quick. I was doing it, doing your custom mesh is, you basically just fill in a set of locations, an array of locations, and you build out your mesh. It's super simple. I was doing that with the VR when I was doing a preview of where the player bounds are for the Vive, and I just built it up in, less than a frame. And that's what I'm thinking. If I did it like this would be kind of cool. It would be fun to do, because I have not done, for Ryan, if I have a video on that, yeah, you'd think I was smart enough to do that, except I did all of that in a temporary project to experiment, and when I was cleaning up my folders, I realized that I deleted all of the temporary... I hate this stupid thing switching over from time to time. Give me a sec. Okay. I accidentally deleted the project before I did anything with it. You're right, I can turn that on, but doesn't that... First of all, it's going to take up stuff on the screen, and then isn't that where you guys were doing those stupid rebroadcasts, and Aller was changing all the text and all that crap? Oh, okay. Schlump, that is good to know. Hopefully the stuff I did helped a little bit, but because it also gave me another project to work on. But yeah, the add static mesh component is definitely this one. Yeah, it's got its own settings down here. Hopefully you got it. There's a bot. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can break. Let's read this. Okay, Ryan is asking a suggestion. But Schlump, I'm glad. Hopefully you got it fixed out. And that's good to know. Yeah, this static mesh component, before you had me look into this, I'd never actually used before. It looks like it's leading to an awesome project. That's why I was more than happy to help out. And it looks like it has a giant node that I'm going to have a lot of fun covering in an example. So I'm hoping that worked for you. I'll turn that on here in a second, but yeah, I think I'm going to try to do this because I generate custom mesh. I think is a node I have not covered, and I would like a fun example of it. It's not an instant static mesh simply because it just isn't. This was the example he was using, and that's why we went with that. I didn't want to change anything based on what he was using. I wanted to just copy it over as he did. Let me find that restream stuff. Oh, this is funny. Restream is complaining that my encoder settings are too high. It says I'm streaming at 3543. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's drop this to 3400 just to be safe. I don't know if it's gonna take effect immediately, but my chat now spews out to a Discord channel, so oh, that is really cool. No, I have not been able to watch the streaming for a couple days. My son got into a bike accident yesterday when I planned on doing stuff and broke his wrist again. He's now managed to break both wrists at this point. Okay, chat, where? Okay, no, there's chat. So where do I do the? I'm on Restream, so where do I do the automatic chatty thingy that you were talking about? No, it's definitely not there. Oh wait, maybe it's in there? Hold on. Notifications. Oh, embed chat and stream? Is that it? No. Man, you're making this hard on me. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. I'm assuming it's in here, right? Is this one? Here we go. Bot. Aha. Enable bot. Enable message relay between all chats. Okay, there we go. So in theory, will that move chat between each chat? Is that what we're talking about? Gotcha. Yep, I got enable bot. I got that. Okay. Is this the plugin that's causing all the issues that I should not turn on? Because I think it's the one that is causing all the issues that I shouldn't plug in. Okay, so let me close this. Yeah, don't use the widget. Okay, let's see. Test in you. That's the caps lock key. Test in YouTube. What if I chatted in YouTube? Would it pop it over to the other channels? Well, I didn't see it pop up in the YouTube one. Oh, well, we'll see if it happens. I've got it turned on now. We'll see what happens, okay? So, I'll shut that off for now. That Restream chat box might work. Crier has posted a free game, which is kind of cool. See, everyone distracted me again. Okay. Okay, you got it. Okay, I can't tell if you got it or not because I'm in the Restream client. That's good. So, thank you for that, Ryan. Hopefully that's a benefit to everybody. I don't believe I want the widget. Feel free to give me the fix, but if you notice, I try to keep everything I'm doing as clean as possible so that way people can refer to what I'm doing and have clean, as much code as possible. I'd rather not have the chat going over things because it will obstruct things they might want to learn. So, but you can send me the fix, who knows. I might adjust the display so the chat goes on the side maybe, or something like that. Yep. So I got about 20 minutes or so. Let's well, what's the worst that can happen? Boy, I can't remember how to do it. I guess that would be a problem. For full, it. Yeah, it's the custom mesh. Okay. And then. Seriously, can I not remember how to do this? The Epic stream is half an hour. They should be covering dev grants. Apparently they have some changes to the dev grants and some news that they're going to cover. They have some apparently big news that everyone is assuming it has to do with Unreal Tournament, because the Unreal Tournament stream told everyone to check it out. And then the Game Jam theme, which should be fun. Custom mesh. And it has been a while since I've only done the custom mesh once, and of course I am... Yep, and this should be the array. So this is basically what you do here. So, okay, so here's what I need to do so I don't screw stuff up. I wish I had not deleted that code on accident, because it worked fantastically. Okay, but doesn't mean we can't do this. Okay, so all this is make an array, and this is just a pair of points. So let's go from 0 to 100, 100, and then we're gonna go, let's see, 0. Okay, let's go over, oh my gosh, I can't remember how to do this. Yeah, I have no idea about the dev grants. They're like some talk about some changes or some news or something like that. So honestly, I don't know. Okay. Why is this? Okay, I don't like this. Something's wrong here. What am I doing wrong here? Seriously. I am doing something wrong with this stupid... Hopefully the chat is entertaining enough, because this is one of those things that once you remember how to do it, it's super simple, but getting the stupid points into here is the issue that I have a problem with. And I found a fantastic friggin' example that I used to learn from the original time, and of course can't find it again. Yeah, see, this is just... Because the problem is this is splitting up into 3 vertexes, which is not what I want. I wanted to be able to define the points, which there's a way of doing it, which I can't remember. Does the music sound familiar there? And hopefully I'll be adding in more music as I start going through my Humble Bundle stuff. Seriously? Is this it? Oh, there we go. I found the tutorial again. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Of course, I can't read it because it's super friggin' small. Seriously? 40. This guy, oh, this is an awesome tutorial, but I cannot see it. Oh. I know. Well, keep in mind this is the live stream. I'm not making a tutorial on it. I'm trying to effing remember how to do the stupid... Because the custom meshes are defined by the vertexes for the triangles. Which is right there, but... For fuck's sake. I literally can't remember... Yeah, set custom mesh triangles. Okay. And then you fill in all of the triangles. And each of the triangles should be made up of each individual point on the cube. Oh well. I don't have to remember how to do this. So we're going to start off at 0, 0, 0. We'll go over 100 on the X and leave it there. And then the third part will be going over 100 and 100. So that should give us a simple quad. Not a quad, a friggin' triangle. Okay. Note. There we go. So there's my triangle, which I can't friggin' see because there it is. Okay. We want this one. Okay, there we go. So we've got that right there. So if we want to make, we need to find the 4 points to define the 4 points. So if we had this, and then we had this, we are going to we're going to start off at 0, 0, 0. We're going to go to 100, 100, and then we're going to go back to 0, 0, 0, 100. Right? I don't think that's going to work right. Nope, that worked. Okay. There we go. So that makes ourselves, so all we would need to do to define the wall then with these basic ones is we need to fill in our starting point, basically our 4 corners, and then we can define the depth as a separate one. So add custom mesh triangles right here. So let's pull out the set, let's break this apart into this. Let's go ahead and make array, and we're going to fill that in there. Okay, so we're going to fill that into there. Call another one of these for learning purposes. We'll do this, and then we're going to split this. So should each of these triangles be a triangle or a set of triangles? Should I have 4 values? Let's go with 4 values to easily define an actual item. So in this case, we have, this will be our start. So we're still going to start with 0, 0, 0. This time we are going to go 20 in the Y. That's going to basically go that way, and then we're going to go back up. So we're going to have 0, 20 in the Y, and 100 in the Z. Okay, what did we run into an issue with here? Because I am not targeting the custom mesh. There we go. That's, yep, okay, so we've got that working like we expected. We're going the wrong direction, unfortunately, so I need to go negative. So we're going to start at 0, 0, 0, and we're going to go negative 20. Because I want it to be depth. And then we're going to do the next one, starting at 0, 0, 0. We're going to go negative 20. So it's going to start in the bottom left, and it's going to go to the top right, which is going to be 0, 0, 0, negative 20, and it's going to be up 100. And then the final point should be 0, negative 20, and 0. So, okay. Oh yeah, and you have to respect the stupid draw orders to make sure your UVs are correct. And obviously this is not correct because it's supposed to go. So I need to start in the bottom left is what I need to do. So I need to start off at negative 20. So the bottom left corner, we go over to the right, which would be 0, 0, 0, and then we're going to go up, which would be 0, 0, 100. Okay, so that one's drawn properly. So the next time we need to do is the bottom left, which is going to be our 0, negative 20, 0. We need to go to the top right, which would be 0, negative 20, 100. And then start there, start there, start there. So it's going to be negative 20, negative 20 on the Y, and 100 on the Z, which is the exact same one I have here. So obviously that's not right. It should be 0, 0, 100. There we go. There we go. So now we have the side wall. So we have depth and we have a mesh. All right, see? So we're getting somewhere. So basically you need to repeat this 6 times so I have my mesh properly built out. And then break this up into inputs on the target since I know the bounds. And origin points. Based on the origin point and the bounds, I should be able to know which distance to go. Okay, so let's build ourselves a box out of 6 points here. And then we can work on adapting this into a nice, easy function. Just like that. So we're going to loop from 0 to 6 won't give me 5, right? I don't remember. Is there a way to weld the vertices? I believe as long as we build it properly, it'll be fine. This is me basically trying to figure out the more advanced features of whatever the hell I'm doing. Custom mesh. Gee-mini, criminy, I could not remember the word on that one. Yeah, this is me basically trying to get more information on how these work. And then figuring out a way to automate it as best as possible. So, here we go. So what we're going to need a, let's set up some variables in here so we can do something. So we're going to have a length, which is an integer, which is a float. It's actually going to be a float. And then we have a width. And then we have a depth. No, I appreciate it. I honestly have no idea. We will find out. That is the whole point of this. So we're going to go with a length of 100. We're going to go with a width, length and width. That is not the right words. We're going to go with a height, a width. There we go. And a depth of 20. So there we go. So at least we have some things. So now let's see if we can convert. Now that we have these two things for our basis, let's see if we can convert this into something we can loop through. So how is the easiest way for us to loop through this? I don't think I can do this. Because I have to create 4 things, but the 4 things are going to be plus and minus based on certain things. So I'm probably going to have to do a select based on the index, and then just do 4 different make arrays. Can you do that? I don't know. Let's find out what happens. Okay. So this is my first point. This is going to be my first point. We're going to split this one again. Our vertex X is going to be equal to our width. We're going to split this one again, and we're going to have the width, which is our X, and our height, which is going to be our Y. And then we're going to, let's see, that starts at our origin point. We'll split this one. We have our width and our height. Oh, did I do the wrong one? No, I did the right one. Okay, I need to reorganize these because that's just going to drive me crazy. Okay, you're supposed to reorganize. Seriously, you're not going to reorganize for me? Yes, there you go. Width, height, and depth. And then split. And this is going to be our height. So in theory, this should create, based on these values, a single panel. So... Yep, that's because I did that one twice. Probably. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Ooh, look at that. I have no idea what I did. Obviously, I did something wrong. Oh, because this is still set to... Aha! I think I plugged that one in the wrong spot. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so that was done dynamically. Because in theory, if we change this one to 200, we have a double width. Okay, so we have the beginning of our dynamic creation system. Now, how do we make this where it's going to basically wrap around based on creating a box? How can we turn that into creating a box? Is the question. Is there an easy way of doing it? Or do we just basically have to have a predefined set of inputs based on which loop we're in? Or do we just not even loop and we just run this thing 6 times? You know, let's see if we can make it work, and then we will see about consolidating it. Because optimizing would be kind of silly in the first place. So we have this one, and this is going to be our front face. And then we're going to do this one, which will be our... Oh, let's make this into a local variable. For now, this is going to be our custom mesh component. That way we don't have stuff going everywhere. Like that. Like that. This would probably be better in a sequence, which I can worry about later. Okay. So we have this, and we need to break this apart. So this, since we're going to go with, this is going to be our front face, and this will be our, if we're going to look at it from the back, it'll be our left edge. So we're going to have the depth, and we're going to need to negative it. Yeah, which of course, you know what, can't, it's even a, no, I wonder why that one was a, that was weird. Anyways, just multiply by -1, so we're good there. This is going to give us that. Those are our starting points. The next one is going to be good. This one we're going to split. We're going to need our height. This one we're going to split. We're going to need these ones again. For our depth, this one we're going to split. We're going to need our height. And this one we're going to split. And we're going to need our height and this value. Okay, so we should now have what we had before. There we go. Perfect. So if I basically just do the math in my head, split this out multiple times, we got 6 of these we can run through. Most of these should be pretty simple. So should I wrap it and then do the top and the bottom? Then I'm thinking that's the smarter way of doing it. So let's try not to select everything. Oh, son of a gun. Grab that. Grab that. Pull this down. And at this point in time, it's 10:50. I appreciate everyone hanging out and watching still. I'm going to pretty much wrap this up for now because the official stream's coming up, and I want I think I copied a note on accident. Depth, yeah, okay. And I want everyone to watch the official streams they're going to. I do plan on participating in the game jam, and I will be streaming while I'm working on it at any point. So throughout the weekend when I'm streaming, I will be working on the game jam. Feel free to hang out, watch, ask questions, do everything like normal. Everyone have a good day. I hope to see anyone later who plans on just watching me do really stupid stuff like this, except under pressure. I will see you guys later.